right, and I'm live here once again at the station of decapitation without your head. And I am Nasty Neal, and this is the Nasty Neal Show here on Saturday nights, because Saturday nights are right for frightening, as we just heard in the original theme by the Tomb of Nick Cage. That's right. So normally we're live on Thursdays with me and Annabelle Lecter and Terrible Troy and some guests, and it's a cool show when we go for hours. Every once in a while, I'm going to start doing these shows here Saturday nights, the Nasty Neal Show. Tonight I have a guest, Ava Cantrell from Abigail. Very cool horror movie out there now. Go and get it on video on demand. It's possibly anti-bully film. Not possibly, it's anti-bully film, but maybe they go a little too far with their answers to the bullying. So we'll have Ava on here momentarily. I believe it was her first ever. This is her first ever horror podcast, so that's exciting. And then later in the show, I'm going to play a bunch of trailers that you folks have sent in, independent horror trailers. So in the future, if you have a trailer that you would like Nasty Neal to play on the Nasty Neal Show, send it over to me on the Facebook, on the Instagram. Just follow Without Your Head on Instagram. That'll be me. Neil Jones on Facebook, or you can always email withoutyourhead@gmail.com. It'll be a good time. Yeah, so we're going to show those. We're going to play this interview. I'll answer your questions. You can send them in here during the live show, and I'll be forced to answer them. Those are the rules. If you ask a question on the Nasty Neal Show, I am forced by law to answer it. But enough nonsense. Let's get right to this interview. Ava Cantrell, Abigail, out now on video on demand. Let's see what Ava has to say. I'll get out of here. But then I'll come back in with so I'm really still going to be here. All right, folks, I recorded this earlier in the week. But let's listen to it right now. No one's seen it yet. It's a good interview. So let's do this up. Yes. Yes. Very, very, very ill prepared here. Here we go. Look at this. Now I'm going to get out of here because you don't want to see two of me. That's just too much. Well, welcome to the station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neal, and I'm joined by Ava Cantrell, star of Abigail, which is streaming right now on video on demand. So not right, it's right this second too, but you can watch it right after this.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Thank you for doing it.
I'm so excited to be here.
Cool. I'm excited to have you here. So for people not aware yet, could you give them an idea of what Abigail is?
Yeah, absolutely. So Abigail is like a twisted teen love story slasher thriller that's set in the 70s. And it's a really wild ride. And I play Abigail, and she's also a bit of a twisted person herself.
Yeah. And I don't want to give a lot away from the movie because it goes a lot of different directions than I thought when I started watching it.
It does. It does really go a lot of different directions. That's what I hear a lot is people and I think the trailer does kind of give like a good idea, but not even to the extent that it goes and all of the twists and turns, which I think is
fun. So what interested you in the character?
Oh God, everything about the character I think was really exciting to me. Like Abigail is such a complex character, and she's so of course different from me.
Well, that's good. I was like, she was exactly like me. So.
Yeah, I have lots in common with Abigail. God, no, that's the last thing you want to hear. Yeah, so portraying her as an actor was a bit of a challenge because the way I usually approach my roles is I want to fully understand the intention behind the character. So, if somebody starts improving or something like that, or a new scene gets added in, that you really know already how to play it because you know the character's intention. And with Abigail, because she doesn't really experience emotions like most people, and really does lacks empathy, it was very hard to keep that in mind. And everything she does has an angle. So that was difficult as a performer to do.
Well, that's interesting because a lot of times when I have someone on and they talk about playing different characters, they try to find the humanity if it's a villain or something. So when you are playing a character that doesn't have like normal human emotions, like what's the process like to find like how to play that character?
Yeah, I mean, the way I approached Abigail is like, I just kind of embrace the fact that I don't think this person really has humanity. It's just not really there. Like, everything is always some type of manipulation, and it's very hard to know her true self. And her true self only really comes out when she's with her father, and it's because he's, got some things in common with her. Trying not to be as
Yeah,
spoiler less as possible, but yeah, it was very, that was hard because that is something that's so important as an actor, is like to find a way to relate to the character. So because I couldn't do that, I just kind of had to um understand her.
right. And then but for the audience, they can relate to some of the other characters in the movie, like your boyfriend in the movie.
Yeah, like I think Abigail and Lucas have a really interesting friendship and relationship, and there's kind of like this interesting power dynamic, and I see Lucas as like the redeemable character in the story, and um maybe more of the relatable one, even
Yeah,
though Abigail is pretty fun and
yeah.
I, hopefully draws you in a little bit and catches you off guard. But
Mhm.
yeah, like and her mom as well. So
Yeah. Had you worked with, Trent before who plays Lucas?
no, I haven't, and we really hit it off very quickly, and we did like so much preparation together. So even though it was my first time working with them, like seeing him on set and doing our scenes together on set, we had already been like zooming for like a month,
Right.
super often, like doing our scenes together. It was fun.
Uh, how I is that something you've done for a long time? Like, because Zoom's fairly new to me, but, has Zoom always been part of, like, your acting career?
Like I think that was, it just made it so regular. Like there's always been Skype and stuff, but I don't think that we would have done nearly as much prep work if it wasn't for the change that like the pandemic brought.
Right.
Um, I like the self tapes. There's like so many more self tapes now after the pandemic. Um, but yeah, like being able to Zoom, because we didn't live anywhere near each other. It was pretty cool. It really helped. So it was nice. I mean, it's not the same as
Yeah,
like playing with each other in person, but it was great preparation.
yeah. Well, I'm glad you have a positive because, a lot of people are, like, anti-Zoom and self-tapes, but, it's a reality. You can't, like, not use them.
It's a helpful tool. It doesn't obviously compare at all to me to, what in person can do. But yeah, it's a helpful tool. It's a nice additional thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned the pandemic. How did that affect your career during those couple of years?
Put it on pause a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it definitely was paused and everybody was paused, and then once we kind of got the green light to start filming again, because with Abigail, that's something that really affected Abigail's, because we had like the script and we had things lined up before the pandemic. But then the pandemic came and we didn't get to film it until afterward, when things kind of re came together. And I think that, I mean, for me personally, I don't live in LA, so the change in the industry with like being able to do more self tapes is makes it really convenient for me. So I'm kind of a fan, but I do understand the arguments against it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me, but, what part of the country do you live in? And is that harder for you? I
I
don't
live in
know.
San Diego.
Where's it?
Yeah,
Sorry.
San Diego.
Oh, okay.
San Diego is like, it's my home and I love it and I can't leave. And LA is really cool, but it's close enough to like go up, do my work. If I have an audition or anything like that that I have to go up for, I can do it. It's it's there. Um, but but yeah, I do. LA is crazy. LA is very stressful to me. So I get to kind of separate that type of work a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
when you said I thought maybe you were in Boise or Idaho or
Right?
something, and it
Could
was
be
I
so
was
far.
like,
No, I'm
"Oh,
just
it's
like a
yeah,
2 hour
right,
drive.
yeah."
Yeah.
Uh, I think the bag on the head is very creepy. I always find that creepy in movies, or probably in reality too. If I saw someone with a sack over their head, I would probably find that pretty creepy.
I would too. If I saw somebody walking around with a sack on their head, I think I would immediately know that they were up to some trouble.
Right, right. So yeah, so there's people out there probably don't walk around with a sack on your head unless you want to scare people away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That they could be wanting to do that. That could be the goal.
right. Now, are you
Yeah.
a horror movie fan?
I am now. I wasn't really originally, and then once I started doing horror, I started to really appreciate it. I'm a little bit of a scaredy cat, so watching horror movies, I get really scared. I mean, I guess that's part of the fun, but I'm a little bit of a chicken. I love thrillers, and I feel like Abigail kind of, as far as the horror
Yeah.
category, it fits into there a little bit. And like like Gone Girl, and I watched Nightcrawler and American Psycho, and those are kind of like thriller horrors
Yeah.
that I feel like had some things in common with Abigail as far as like maybe the vibe that I was going for.
Hmm.
So I'm a fan of those.
All right. What were some of what kind of movies like inspired you to become an actor?
Ooh, ooh, that's a question. I think I have movies now that motivate me as an actor, but when I started, I was young. I was like 7 or 8, so I wasn't really exposed to
Yeah.
amazing acting yet. So I
Right.
think that like lately, the movies I watch now like get me excited and want me to. They make me want to recreate whatever they're emulating that I'm interested in. But when I was a kid, I just was like, oh, I just like doing it, and that was
Yeah. Yeah. You probably weren't watching American Psycho when you were 7.
no, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I had to wait a little bit for that one. That was a little tense.
Yeah. It was like Fightful Goes West, or that's probably a dated reference, but
I I don't know that one. I'm so
yeah.
sorry.
It was a cartoon when I was a kid, so yeah.
Okay.
I was born the year this movie takes place, actually, 1976, which was interesting too.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I did really like filming. Like filming movies that are not set in the present are really fun because there's just so much detail that people have to focus on. Like the props and the costumes are really fun being on set because everything is so curated,
Yeah.
you know?
It's also nice, because, of course, we like our cell phones, but I think it's, better for a movie if people don't have cell phones.
Yeah, they don't fit in well in the movies, I
Yeah.
don't think.
Especially horror
No.
movies, they would just end. They'd be like, "Oh, I just pick up my phone and call somebody." Yeah. That's the
Yeah,
end of the
they
movie.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah, so true. That all of our like easily accessible securities and like communication, it probably would take away a lot of bad situations that we end up in.
Yeah, or they have to shoehorn some weird scene for they make up some reason why everyone loses their cell phone or they don't work, and it usually is very
Yeah.
obvious.
They're like, "Oh, we gotta find a way to there's no cell reception. Oh, no."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like, you said set, but it seemed like it was really shot, like, outside a lot. Well, where was the movie shot, Abigail?
Okay, so we shot in, Central California, and it was really cool. We shot, in, like, a really small town, and they had all these, almond orchards. That's, like
Interesting.
yeah, it was really very beautiful and picturesque, and, California is such a big state, and people forget that, and, like, the in between in Central California is so different from I don't know, San Francisco and LA and San Diego. So we shot there, and the movie takes place in Alabama in like the summer,
Mhm.
and we were filming in like the spring, in Central California. So it was so cold at night, and we were filming in like t-shirts and shorts and freezing in between takes, and we did like 2 weeks of night shoots and then 2-ish weeks of day shoots, a lot outside. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I did my first feature at Lake Arrowhead, and I didn't know
Ooh.
California could get so cold. It was very cold at night there.
Yeah, it is surprising, isn't it? Because people just are like, "Oh, it's so." Yeah, everybody pictures it really warm, but if you go somewhere a little more tropical, like Florida or something, and that humidity keeps you really warm, but you know, California, it can get kind of chilly for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned the wardrobe. I thought your wardrobe at the very beginning was kind of Chucky-esque from the original Child's Play. It was.
It sure was. Yeah.
I don't know if
Like,
that was on purpose or.
I don't think it was at the time. I feel like we can look back now and say like, "Oh, it's a nod to Chucky. It's a nod to horror."
Yeah,
I don't think it was intentional.
yeah. I like that though. It's a nice for us
Yeah,
horror fans. We like it. Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So, well, would you ever revisit Abigail for sequels?
Oh gosh, 100%. Yeah. And I think it ends kind of open.
Definitely.
Um yeah, so I would love to see what happens next. And I also think that like I think it would be really cool to explore more on the dynamic of what happens with Abigail and Lucas because Abigail is just so comfortable in her awfulness, and she's really corrupting Lucas throughout the movie. And I would just be curious to see like does Lucas accept the corruption, or does he try to redeem himself and realize like, oh, it goes too far? Because Abigail throughout this movie really pulls him in and corrupts him and makes him feel comfortable with doing these bad things, or at least tries to.
Yeah, no, I think that yeah, he has a great story arc, and to see where that would go, I would love to see a sequel to Abigail.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
No problem. So, Lights Out. I just want to talk about that real quick. When you made Lights Out, which is based on or the first one was a short film, the Lights Out. Did you go and watch the short first?
Yes, I watched it and it was so scary. I watched it and I was like, I absolutely could see why they would want to make a full length feature out of this because I think the idea just really intrigued people.
Yeah.
Um, and I think, yeah, I think that like the fear of the dark is just a good concept, but people should be exploring more in horror because it's just one of those things that's already ingrained in us to be afraid of.
Yeah. That's a good point. The Was that your first experience doing a horror movie?
Yeah. It was my first. I did horror shorts before, but it was my
Mhm.
first experience doing like a full length horror, and yeah, it was really fun. We filmed in a abandoned hospital, and I mean, it was terrifying. Like walking around there, like it was dark, and it was like just they had all the stuff that was just sitting there and in a mess, and it was a really cool location. Um, and then like I did ADR for my character, and I was watching the takes, and I was like a chicken, and it was my first horror movie that I ever watched. So I was watching the takes and doing the ADR, and they were just terrifying me. And I remember like screaming at them when I first saw them, and David Sandberg being like, "Oh well, I guess they work."
Yeah, yeah.
Really
That's a good
ended.
reaction, right? You weren't just laughing at them or something. So
So
yeah.
scared. Yeah.
So you said you did some horror shorts. I go to a lot of festivals. So did they play at festivals?
Um, I don't know. I did a like student films when I was younger, and I remember like doing when I was really young,
Hmm.
doing like all kinds of crazy things for those little films that were really fun and like a really good experience and like a good learning experience as an actor. Also like physically challenging. Like I remember being really young and doing a horror short and they put all this really scary makeup on me and I was supposed to be like this dead Victorian girl and I had to like lay face down in a pool and I was in this really heavy dress. So there was like a guy in a scuba suit like filming facing up in the water and I was facing down and they like had balloons tied to me to keep me afloat. Like it was wild. Like the things that you do for like special effects and horror is like I get why people are so into it and it has such a cult following because it's so interesting how people make these movies.
Yeah, that's wild. But we're trying to. Were they like giant balloons to keep you afloat? Like,
It was like, I remember them making balloons out of like surgical gloves and flying them to me.
right.
Um,
That
just
they
because,
found in the abandoned hospital that you did like that. They all
yeah,
came together.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I wrote like I had to. There was like a switch, so they were filming underwater, and I had to float. So they had them on the back of me, and then I had to. They were filming me in the pool. It was in a pool. So they were filming down on me, and then I had like the balloons under me, I think at that time to keep me afloat. I don't know. It
Yeah.
was so crazy. And it was like 4 in the morning and it was really fun.
Just talk about like physical things. This might be a weird question, but you use a bat a lot in Abigail. Like, do
Yeah.
do you have to like practice to like how to swing a bat, like so it looks good when you're hitting someone?
Yeah, yeah. So like with all the stunt work, um, like all the stunt choreography, we would practice as much as possible before filming. And the schedule was kind of tight. Like I think the more practice the better, and we were able to squeeze it in and get as much run through as we could, like me and Lucas and whatever characters were also doing the stunt work and kind of some of the fight scenes. So like with the bat and then like the kicking or the kneeing or the smacking with the axe, like all those things were definitely practiced as much as they could be. It's funny too because I started doing martial arts and I started Muay Thai after I filmed the movie, and I know now that like yes, they played out really well, but like knowing how to actually fight would translate so well into stunt fighting.
Yeah. Now, did
So
you
I
take
think
that? Did you take up those like to help your acting career, or is it just something you wanted to do?
it was just something I really wanted to do separately, but I mean it's definitely something that can combine. Like I did it for fun, but also to film like an action movie or just do more stunt work in general. I feel like I would be in my element and I would really like to do that to mix the two.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe there can be more fighting in Abigail too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Did you get a chance to see Abigail with an audience?
We did. We had the premiere on the 5th, and yeah, it was so fun. It was really cool to like hear people's reactions, and obviously there was some scare moments, but people were laughing like more than I thought they would be, just because when you kind of are already familiar with the movie, you forget the funny little like moments in there. But I think with Abigail and Lucas and them playing like us playing off of each other, I forgot how kind of humorous or witty it could be. So it was really fun to hear the laughs as well because it's like it's a fun horror, I think.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely is. And those are the two best genres I think to watch with an audience, or either comedies or horror, because people react to them. As
Yeah,
opposed to you sit around crying, I guess, at a drama or something.
so true. I don't need to do that in front of anybody, but laughing or screaming is like if the room builds off the energy.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I watching it, I could because I watch at home, but I would think it would be a fun movie with an audience.
Yeah, or even just with friends.
Yeah, yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no friends. No, I'm just kidding. But uh what are you working on currently?
Currently I have some projects lined up, like a in particular a zombie apocalypse
No,
movie.
interesting.
Yeah. So, with the strike, it kind of we were just on pause for so long
Yeah.
that I was just really hoping that it would line up for me to be able to like promote Abigail and
Mhm.
be able to like talk about it. Like I just wanted to be like, can I talk about my movie? Can I post about my movie? Also, we kind of do have to do like the strike, so like I felt really good about striking and not doing anything in the industry for a while, and then it was a good timing to get back to it. So that kind of was it was kind of just like that for a while. Like I wasn't really there wasn't auditions or anything.
Mhm. Uh, have you been watching any zombie movies to get prepared for a zombie film?
Zombie movies and shows scare me so much. They are so scary to me. They're really for some reason I find a lot of realism to them.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
it
yeah,
is so
I think most of the zombie, like the Romero zombie movies, The Walking Dead, it's mostly about the people as opposed to the
it is.
zombies. Yeah,
Yeah, but I love them. Like, I watched a lot of Walking Dead, and then I loved, The Last of Us. That was a great show. So I'm into the genre. It does scare me, but, like,
yeah.
I'm always gonna tune in.
Does that actually help as an actor, that you are obviously, it's a movie you're making, but does that help, that you're also afraid of horror movies? Or that you get a good reaction from them, I guess?
I think so. I think, yeah, like, I think that there's something about feeling really physically present in, like, filming in an abandoned hospital. It puts you in that zone. And filming Abigail, like, in the woods also kind of puts you in that zone where you you're not like, "Oh, I'm gonna go back to my green room or my trailer or whatever," and then, like, the vibe totally changes. Like, you feel really immersed, and I think that, like, feeling immersed in whatever you're doing, to an extent, is nice. I think it helps.
Yeah. How about your family? Since you weren't necessarily a horror movie fan, what do they think of you being in a horror film?
I think they love it. I think they love watching whatever I do. Um, but there's something really fun and adventurous about the horror genre. So I think that we all have become even bigger fans as I do more, I think.
Yeah.
We get immersed in the genre.
Cool. And where can people follow you? Not back to San Diego, but online to see what you're up to. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on most platforms. I'm on Instagram, Ava Cantrell, Twitter, X, the Ava Cantrell. Um, I'm on I'm on them all. Threads, YouTube, Ava
Yeah. I usually when I ask that in my mind, I'm like, they could probably just Google the person's name and then find them on whatever platform that they like. But
Yeah, it can be hard though. Sometimes people don't have like easy
that's
names.
very true. I have a guest on and they'll say their name and handle, and I'm like,
It's totally
maybe
different.
that's a clever name, but no one's gonna find that unless they actually know that exists.
Yeah.
But Ava Cantrell, they know you. They can look that up. They don't have to look up, I don't know, Cat 97 or something. But
Right. Yeah.
right. It's also
Whatever.
nice. I was just saying, anti-bully in the movie, maybe to a further extent than most people would, but
Yep. For sure. For sure. I think touching on bullying is it's like a good it's a good thing to like bring awareness to.
yeah,
It's just it's funny where Abigail would take it. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not
yeah,
really it's kind of creating more problems than solving them. Abigail does not think about it that way though. If she has a problem, she handles it. That's for sure.
yeah. Well, I really liked Abigail, and I look forward to seeing more with you.
Thank-
It was fun to talk with you, and be good to have you back sometime.
I would love to. The next horror thing I do, I'm coming on. We can talk about it.
All right,
Thank
sounds
you.
good. Thank you. Hey, all right. Well, thank you, Ava Cantrell, for coming on the show, talking about Abigail. People should check that out. So I'm going to get some stuff ready. So we're going to show some trailers here momentarily. I'm going to show a quick video here for people to submit their short horror films and their trailers to Severed Limbs. It's coming up in January. It's not that far off, so get those in. It's free to submit, free to watch. Send those in. At least I thought I had it ready here. Maybe I don't have it. I do have it ready. I do have it.
For lovers of horrific imagination, short films full of dark creations, sights and sounds from the underground. Seven Limbs is your destination. If you crave tales and dreams, originate outside the mainstream. Sights and sounds from the
Do you remember? I'm sure you remember this. Jim Ogila did this. The effects. Trying to bite the jocks dude's penis, but the gelatin was so tough that you couldn't bite through it.
Okay, guys. Oh boy. Oh boy.
You know exactly what he's talking about.
Tough one. Nobody sit through and watch this one. Everybody's faces were like, ooh. You know, because the director said, hey, you know, Jen, you've got one try with this. You've got one try. And it was an actual molding of one of the artists.
Yeah.
Ding dongs, you know. And so I had to dig my teeth in there, and I had to like pull and just like kind of harder, tug it harder. I'm like, oh my god, I was like, this is so awful, man. You know, and yeah, Jim, why did you have to ask that one?
Funny now. I don't know how it was at the time.
Oh my gosh, that was just, I had to rip it. It was stuck in my teeth.
That was a great segue from the yeah.
Of course he would. Of course he would ask that. Thank you, Jim. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that was like one of the most traumatizing things to film on set, considering, like I said, it was almost, it was 99.9% male on set. So
Hey, all right. Sorry about that. I was getting some stuff ready. We have the trailers ready now. All right. So first up, I haven't watched any of these yet. So we're going to watch them together for the first time. First up is Please Don't Make Me 2. It's Please Don't Make Me 2 as the number 2 as the sequel to, not Please Don't Make Me 2 TOO also. And this is from, I almost said Shane McMahon, but I don't think that's right. Shane Michaels, not Shane McMahon, not the son of Vince McMahon. Shane Michaels. So let me pull this up, and we will watch this together. Hopefully none of these gets me kicked off of YouTube or off of Twitch. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe here on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, please follow us on Twitch. And also reverse of that, if you're watching on Twitch, go and subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, please go and follow the Twitch. And if you're watching on Facebook, go and subscribe to both. All right, here we go. Whoa, Jesus Christ.
Please don't make me.
All right, are you ready for some more fucking drag?
Yeah.
Riley Stauffer, survivor of a string of mysterious murders.
Murders?
No, I know.
That's
her.
what I said,
She's in,
ain't
Do not fear the fear.
Triple Xmas.
Is still being tormented by
That's
a
a flex.
familiar entity.
I killed them all.
She must band together a group of misfits.
We are not going down. Okay, I've been through way too much shit to let some psycho do me in.
Defeat the evil lurking in every corner.
Riley, I don't think we're supposed to be back here.
Hey now, hide your eyes out
Nothing
there,
to worry
folks.
myself about.
You want to know what that fucking feels like?
Why are you covered in blood?
Riley.
It's you, isn't it, Vivica? You've come back.
I already know what this is about, youngster.
Your kids need help?
But I wish the answers were simple.
These new weirdos thinking that they have a backbone, the gumption to do what it takes to be a drag queen. So if a few, fall through.
Pretty crazy right there. I like that.
Let's go, you
There's some great visuals in this
That means I make the rules.
Almost
I
no
call the
score,
shots.
which is odd for a trailer.
But
it's effective.
why are you making
Saying
those
it's
faces at me?
You will survive.
This looks like a feel-good holiday film. Please don't make me too. Electric Boogaloo. I've not seen the first one. We should check that out. Vinny is back. All right, cool. Red carpet premiere came up afterwards. I'm sorry about that. So let's grab the next one. That was cool. Thank you. That was Shane Michaels. Please don't make me too. Mike Kusiak is up next. Former guest on the show. I should have had him back on the show for his last film. I'm very sorry. From the Shadows, which is his next film, I believe. All right, so we're going to check out this From the Shadows. Mike Kusiak. I believe he produced this one. The last time we had him on, he was a director. Let's pull this bad boy up. Who's in the chat? A new Christmas tradition. Exactly, Vic Schiavone. Vic Schiavone! I got his Secret Satan in the mail. We'll talk about that momentarily.
I think something's outside.
Don't go out. Absolutely.
Don't go out, buddy. Wow, Alan Howarth, former guest on the show, very famous musical composer. Lots of names. Hey, I know that dude. And him. Hey, great gore. Yes, Bruce Davis.
Us to discover it.
Don't be afraid. I'm not afraid.
Keith David, multiple time guest on the show.
Unheard of pace.
Oh, I like these.
If you break the circle.
Now this looks great. I believe, I think Joe Diablo Joe had reviewed this on the website. Check those out, Diablo Joe reviews. From the Shadows. All right, I'm into that one. Thank you, Mike. Oh, sweet. Keith David looking pretty much in there. And looking like he's having a great time. A huge fan of Keith David. Very good. I like Mike's previous film, Death Metal, so I'm looking forward to that. Next up is Extreme Dating. Now, this is a movie. I'm not just talking about like we're not going to watch a dating website ad or something. As far as I know, I've not watched these before him. This is Extreme Dating from Mark D. Valenti. All right. I'm not saying anyone said anything I shouldn't show, but in the future, I should go over these just in case someone sends in something that I should not be showing on here. We don't want to show any naughty bits or, any like full penetration. I don't think anyone said anything like that, but you never know with something called extreme dating.
Hands over your eyes and no peeking or the big bad wolf is going to get you.
I like that. I like that font. The blood's very cool. Makes me think Hercules. Hey now, Vic. Watch out, buddy. Uh-oh, bad times coming up.
Must be your favorite.
Shut the fuck up!
There is my extreme dating. XFL room.
Go ahead, ladies. Get to it.
Wow, he really wants us to kill each other. All right.
Damn, this is like Battle Royale. Battle Royale of dating
What a
games.
surprise. The final girl is the
That's
final girl.
movie score where not in a dating game. Who are they trying to win a date with? That guy. Man, you don't think that guy would be worth. Whoops, I'm sorry. I missed the last few seconds of that. I am sorry. I'm sorry. I came back to the host. Extreme dating game show. I like the idea. Extreme dating game. I'm sorry. That's by Mark Valenti. Matthew Schmidt has sent in the next one. He said he would be honored if we show this. So that's cool. This is hashtag the challenge. And apparently the movie is on YouTube, so you could watch the whole film for free. So that's cool. And the link is on there. So look up hashtag, what is it? Hashtag the challenge. And so if you dig this, you can actually go and watch the whole film.
Hi, I'm Delaney. And I'm Sarah. And we are going to be doing the Hotel Alexandria challenge. It's this super cool challenge that all the kids at our school are doing.
It's very
but
TikTok-ish.
none of them have
Not the movie.
Not
I mean, the setup.
The challenge is you have to make it all the way up to the 4th floor and then all the way down, and you have to record the whole thing from proof. And it's all like abandoned and like hot.
Now, see, that sounds like
yes.
something
I
that
mean,
would be
like,
on
there's, like, this
TikTok
ghost
or
lady
on the YouTube.
And she died in the
Look at that creepy. I like this.
But who knows if we'll run into her or not. We're recording the whole thing, so
I may have turned on
you guys will find out if you stay tuned. Yep. Is that it? Yeah. Wish us luck. Woo! Bye.
I think this is going to turn out well for this duo. Interesting. Hashtag the challenge. I like the idea, I like the concept. You could check out the whole movie off their YouTube, and that is off Acres Films. So look up Acres Films or hashtag the challenge. By the way, folks, Secret Satan, I'll be sending those out this week. If you would like to help out and help with the cost of shipping, all donations $10 more, you're going to get a Christmas card from Without Your Head, including a collection of horror movie stickers. And I appreciate anything you can send to help out. So it doesn't, if you send anything less than that, that's totally fine. I just won't be able to send, stuff to everybody. And if you didn't participate, that's totally fine, because the money will also go to help the website. So if you're out there and you want to help out, you can PayPal withoutyourhead@gmail.com or Venmo Headyverse. And everyone who helps out at all, even a couple bucks, you will get your name in the special thanks at the end of the live shows on Thursday for all of 2024. Next up is Sean Wright, and he sent in, let me hold on a sec. Night of the Axe. Night of the Axe. I almost said 2, but it's not. It's trailer number 2 for Night of the Axe. So I like this. I like the name. I like axes. I like night. Let's check this out. Night of the Axe 2, Sean Wright. Face Melt Pictures. I like that. Oh, I'm not hearing anything. Oh, I am sorry, Peter. Let me restart that.
For a group of friends.
Why are you so worried about this party anyway?
I just want to make a good impression.
It'll be nice to catch up, reconnect.
A night of fun.
Hey!
Becomes a night of terror.
Booty time. You can't search the meter king. I'm always a sucker for the back over the head. Simple but effective. Or you can super chat $10 too. I'll send you a Christmas.
Night of the Axe.
Night of the Axe, great fun as well. Oh, that is on Tubi, so go check it out. Big fan of Tubi. They also have physical release coming. Check out facemeltfeatures.com. Very cool. Thank you guys. Check that out. Tubi has a great number of independent horror films for free. Let's see. Next up, we have Justin Adams, and he sent in the trailer for You're Mine Now. That's very ominous. Very ominous indeed. You're mine now. That's how I would say this. Was that nudity? Hide your eyes. I will not. I thought you were Dobbs, but you were fooling me. I believe you're Jonathan Jackson. Now, I'm just going to keep guessing, but I believe it was. We saw what the kids call the booty. The booty shot. All right. So now we are up to You Are Mine Now. Let's watch this one. Love is coming. Creepy guy. Now, if I saw it out my window, I would probably not open the door. Love is watching. I have a mask sort of like that. Pink. Bruce, the girl had to take number 2 when the guy was taking a bath. Whoa! I like this music. Oh, we got some creep in here. Checking out the undies, going through the panties. Love is deadly. Wow, wow. What's he upset about? Is the old man looking through the panties, or is he dead in here? Smells like a cat. You got a pretty nice beard. Very atmospheric, this score in the trailer. You're mine now. Look at that dude. He's hiding behind the tree. Get the hell out of there, folks. Ah, you're mine now, Jonathan Jackson. Bruce Cirksena, you're mine now. Boom. All right. That's very hot, that mask. I don't know how these stalker killers do it, walk around with that mask all day. Next up, Matt Burns, The Only Ones. The next trailer from Matt Burns. Let me pull this one up. This one's coming out next year, which is only a couple weeks away. Isn't that crazy? Folks, what about this year? I mean, it went by very fast. As you get older, time flies.
Death is the ultimate shared human experience, right? The great cosmic inevitability. And if we can try to resist inevitability, then we could all end up going crazy and killing each other. Thank you.
Wouldn't want that, now would we?
This was supposed to be a therapeutic weekend. This was supposed to be something that we could control. We are in a kill or be killed situation.
Something happened here, and we have to make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else. Namely us.
Go and piss the wrong guy off in the woods, and you are done for, man.
Valerie thinks anything where people die is cool.
I know
That's because dying is cool.
Good gore, very good gore. I like that they use the same font. They use a different one there, but they use the same font throughout the trailer. You don't want to go crazy and use several different fonts in your banners or your. You want to try to use the same font. You can use different blending modes and stuff with the font and everything. But no, nonetheless, that one looked cool. The Only Ones from Matt Burns. All right. Nick just sends in the Adobe film Zombies, the movie, which is very nice. But you need to send me a link. I can't just go track all this stuff down. So send it to me for next time. Gregory Blair, Deadly Revisions. Check this one out. I think there's like a killer baby. And I'm all about killer babies. Gregory knows how to get to the heart of Nasty Neal. And that is through killer babies. Let's pull this one up. Deadly Revisions. Indy. Oh, Indy, right.
What happened to me? You've been in a coma, I'm afraid.
I really appreciate
Bill
this,
Overs
Steven.
Jr.
Hey, no problem, man. I never
guest
use
on
the
the
place.
show. Big fan of his work.
My name is Allie Morris. I'm an amnesia specialist. What's the first thing you remember before the fall?
Oh, this one has me excited.
I have to write.
Great music.
That's my
here.
therapy.
Just won a bunch of awards. Fantastic horror film fest, terror films.
Just
Bill
thinking,
Overs, I really do.
this would
enjoy
actually
his work.
happening to me. Make a pretty good movie.
He's always great in everything he's in.
What would? My dreams. My past mixed with my movies.
One of
So you
the
got a
best,
writer.
indie horror actors.
All alone. In a cabin. Haunted by his own past.
Hey, look, guys, that was right out of. There we go. There was the killer baby.
What are you afraid of, Mr. Torn?
Deadly Revisions. Oh, I am into that. That looked cool. I am into that. All right. Next up, we have The Gifted from August Aguilar. This one has an ad on it. It's fine, but makes it very hard to share. We know we're not here to share the NFL ticket, but I can't yell them because I put ads on my videos as well. All right, let's see here. Share screen. The Gifted.
Such a shame that this gift became a burden at so young an age. Such potential.
That guy does not look trustworthy.
I don't even know what happened to those kids.
Yes, you do. Tell me.
It's the birthday girl! May I have your attention, everyone! Attention!
It's so fun! Everybody likes me. Everybody's having
That's
fun.
a nice production value.
All right. Barbara, I need you to do the thing for me one more time. I know that I promised that this last time was the last time.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Don't do it.
Okay, I know. But Daddy is in a lot of trouble right now. All right, baby, I need you to do this for me. They're coming after me. They're going to kill me and
All right.
you.
I'm changing my mind. Help your dad. Never trust a clown.
Hey everyone, look at my belt.
Here comes Mafia Phil.
I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Was she a pyro technician? The Gifted. I don't know. She's got something going on. That one, I like that they didn't show what her power is. Telekinesis, pyrokinesis. That was interesting. Has me interested. The Gifted from August Aguilar. Douglas Epps has sent in Terror Tunes 4 several times. Not sure why he's sent in so often, but we're going to play it. I'm not going to play it multiple times, but we are going to play Terror Tunes 4, which I have seen. Big fan of Terror Tunes films, big fan of Joe Castro, and this was sent by Douglas Epps, Joe Castro.
Hey, look at me. What are you up to?
Not very. Oh, there he is right there.
This is not cartoons. It's Terror Tunes. This is where it all began.
Hot damn. This is a movie. Got Prince Stevens, got Linnea Quigley. Got Mr. Robinson. Now that's a fun movie. I highly recommend Terror Tunes 4. You can get the quadrilogy. Check that out. I believe it's terrortunes.com. Thank you, Mr. Epps. Epps also sent in another one. A different movie. Not another trailer for Terror Tunes 4. Final Caller. This is a Todd Sheets film, another former guest on the show. I'm a fan of Mr. Sheets. The Final Caller. The Final Caller.
It's 11 o'clock. Time to kick back, dim the lights, and begin your journey. Hello, caller. You're on the air with Roland Bennett. Who am I speaking to?
Let's just go with the outsider.
We have come to a critical point in our evening, Roland. You have to decide whether to believe me or to hang up again. Fear is ready to call out your name. Your fear can feed you to a person like me.
You call up my show trying to get your 10 minutes of fame. Why should I continue to play your twisted games?
Please let us out of here. Somebody's in this building.
Roland, I don't want to do this.
Was that guy wearing a wildlife shirt?
Ask me to stop.
Let's do it! Let's share this magical moment with everybody! Kill me!
There's his weapons in wrestling, but we get to see it in the Final Caller as well, but like a regular chair, not a folding chair. Final Caller, sent from Douglas Epps, a Todd Sheets film. That looks good. Thank you, Mr. Epps. All right. Now we've got Methodic from Chris Notolari. Also known as Blink 500. He has a ton of films free up on YouTube. Go check this out. A lot of fan films. They're all short films. He's got some features too, but like hundreds of short films. Very prolific filmmaker, Chris. So go check his stuff out. But this is Methodic. Blinky Productions. In 1987, the parents of Nicholas Castle found dead. Damn! Murdered by their own son, Nicholas was taken into state custody where he remains.
Listen to me very carefully. I need you to find Nicholas Matthews, who's a patient at the state hospital.
Until now.
The same night we went into that building, he escaped. He's already killed
Great
several
production
people.
value here.
He's gonna kill many more.
Like the mask. I like the turtleneck. Heat white. I like this original, it's a classic film, it's an original character. Simple, but effective mask. Mask. Methodic. I like it. All right, Chris, thank you. Interested in that? I'm going to try to find some info. Maybe it says on here. I don't know if this is a feature film. He just released the trailer 3 weeks ago. For 20 years, Nicholas Matthews has been locked away in the state hospital after murdering his parents. For 20 years, his surviving family thought they were safe. Tonight, their worst fears about to come to life. From director Chris Notario comes an HD upgrade. Oh, see, it was his 2007 film Methodic. So he's putting out a remastered HD version. Will be streaming platform soon. So I believe that is a feature film. I only say that because I know he makes a lot of short films. All right. All right. So thank you guys for sending in the trailers. Thank you, Ava, for doing the show. This Thursday on Without Your Head, the live show. It's going to be a loaded show. We have Jen Wexler from the Sacrifice game, also the Ranger. You can watch, I believe both of those are on Shudder. Sacrifice game just came out, a Christmas horror film. So check that out on Shudder. And also on Shudder is When Evil Lurks by Damien Rugna. And both of these fine filmmakers will be on the show this Thursday. It'll be a good time. It'll be our last show before Christmas, so come on in and wear some Christmas duds. And join the chat. Send in some comments and questions for the guests. And also afterwards, we talk a lot of horror and nonsense. So come in and talk along with us. Not tonight because I am recovering from COVID, but in the future on these, look at this. I'm trying. You can tell I'm just doing this so I can flex. Look at that. But in the future, I'm going to give out the link, and you guys can video into the show and talk to Nasty Neal. What an honor that would be, right? Yeah, exactly. So in the meantime, really, if you can, help out to cover the shipping costs and also the cost to run the show. It costs a lot more than it used to keep all the archives up on Without Your Head and to do all these live shows. So if you can help out, if you PayPal Without Your Head or Venmo Headyverse, $10 or more, I'm going to send you out a Christmas card with some horror stickers as a thank you. And anything else, I will thank you as well. But any donations at all, and you're going to get your name in the special thanks at the end of all the videos throughout 2024. So it's my thank you to you guys. All right. We're going to head on out. Again, thank you, everybody. Please subscribe, hit the icon, follow us on Twitch, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, follow us on the X, follow us on Threads, follow us on the TikTok. Basically, wherever you're at, look up Without Your Head and follow it. And if we're not there, say, Nasty Neal, why does Without Your Head not have representation on the Grinder? Why aren't you represented on Friendster? Why can't I find you on LinkedIn? Wherever it is, let me know. Say, hey, dumbass, get on these. And I'll say, all right, folks, I will do it. All right, so here's a little look at what you'll be seeing this Thursday.
Scream queens, bad dreams. This must be without your help. The station of decapitation.
Stille Nacht, blutige Nacht, alles schläft, einer hackt mit der Axt auf das ruhende Paar. Blutige Schönheit mit lockigem Haar, Schlaf in tödlicher Ruhe, Schlaf in tödlicher Ruhe. Stille Nacht, blutige Nacht, Eindringling, oh wie er lacht, hämisch aus dem zahnlosen Mund. Da nun schlägt die letzte Stund. Christ, er hilft dir nicht mehr. Christ, er